Toyota has just officially killed the innocent, bug-eyed look of Europe's best-selling subcompact SUV. But looking at this new grille, I'm wondering, is Toyota designing a car, or are they crafting a psychological weapon to intimidate the competition? Today, we are dissecting the 2026 Toyota Yaris Cross Facelift, a car that has abandoned its friendly mustache for what critics are calling a Hannibal Lecter aesthetic. If you think this is just a cosmetic touch-up, think again. This is a high-stakes chess move in a global market that is becoming increasingly hostile to traditional giants. The Yaris Cross was the undisputed king of the B SUV segment in 2025, moving over 200,000 units in Europe alone. It was the safe bet, but the 2026 model, recently unveiled in its European spec, wants to be more than just safe. It wants to be seen. The most striking change is the new honeycomb grille. It's aggressive, sharp, and finished in body color, mimicking the more expensive Corolla Cross and RAV4. The headlights keep their original silhouette but gain hammerhead LED graphics, integrating the daytime running lights into a single cold, focused stare. Toyota is clearly trying to premiumize its smallest crossover to fend off the tidal wave of high-tech Chinese EVs and the quirky appeal of European rivals. While European and UK markets are getting this aggressive facelift confirmed for the 2026 model year, rumors suggest that Japan might stick with the older, softer look for a bit longer. It's a classic Toyota move, testing the waters of aggression in the West while maintaining conservative stability in the East. Now let's talk numbers, because at DriveNomics, the ROI is what matters. Toyota hasn't dropped the final hammer on official pricing for every region, but based on their current upward trajectory and the cost of the new premium materials, we can forecast the damage to your wallet. In the UK and Europe, expect the entry-level Icon trim to start at roughly 28,000 euros, while the flagship GR Sport and Excel grades will easily soar past 36,000 euros, approximately $39,000 US dollars. To put that into perspective, in the US, where the Yaris Cross isn't even sold, that money buys you a well-equipped RAV4 or a loaded Corolla Cross. In China, where price wars have become a blood sport, Toyota will likely have to squeeze this model under the 145,000 CNY mark just to remain a viable option against local titans like BYD. In Southeast Asian markets, if this facelift replaces the current regional versions, expect a price tag that doesn't leave much change from 32,000 USD. It sounds like a fair deal for a bulletproof hybrid, but when you realize that some Chinese competitors are offering larger, fully electric SUVs for 20% less, that Toyota reliability premium starts to feel a bit salty. Stepping inside, Toyota is leaning heavily into the green luxury narrative. The headline act here is SakuraTouch, a new interior material featured in the high-spec Excel grade. It's a blend of plant-derived PVC, waste cork, and recycled PET bottles. It sounds environmentally noble in a press release, but I have to ask, are you sitting in a premium SUV or a very expensive upcycled grocery bag? The 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and 10.5-inch infotainment screen are carried over, but the dashboard now sports platinum finish inserts to distract you from the fact that the rear seats are still tighter than a budget airline cabin. It's a nice place to be, but it feels like Toyota is trying to niche up the interior to justify the price hike without actually increasing the car's footprint. Mechanically, the 2026 Yaris Cross remains a hybrid or nothing affair in most major markets. The updated hybrid 130 powertrain is the one Toyota wants you to buy. It generates a combined 128 horsepower, or 130 PS, and 185 newton-meters of torque. That is a massive 14 horsepower increase over the base model. Is it enough to feel? Sure, when you're merging onto the Autobahn or overtaking a slow-moving truck on a Spanish B road, you'll appreciate the extra grunt, but let's be real. Calling this a performance upgrade is a stretch. It's a refinement. The GR Sport trim adds a sharper suspension setup, which promises more rewarding handling, but at its heart, this is still a city car dressed in a tracksuit. This brings us to the inevitable rivalry. The B SUV segment is currently a battlefield divided into two camps. Team practicality, if you prioritize resale value, 10-year warranties, and the peace of mind that comes with a logo that refuses to break, the Yaris Cross is your king. It's the safe zone for people who want to avoid the service center at all costs. team experience. If you want a cabin that feels like a spaceship and space to actually move your legs, the Hyundai Kona is currently eating Toyota's lunch. If you want French flair and an interior that looks like a boutique hotel, the Peugeot 2008 makes the Yaris Cross look like a fleet vehicle. From a strategic standpoint, this facelift is a masterclass in new wine in an old bottle. Toyota has realized that in the current economy, they don't need to reinvent the chassis or the motor every 4 years. They just need to polish the parts you see in the showroom, the face and the screen. By moving towards recycled materials and a more aggressive exterior, they are targeting two demographics at once, the eco-conscious Gen Z buyer and the Gen X urbanite who wants to look sporty while running errands. It's brilliant business, but is it a brilliant car? Or is Toyota simply coasting on their reputation while the competition works twice as hard? The 2026 Toyota Yaris Cross is a calculated risk. It's a bold statement that says Toyota is no longer content being the sensible choice. They want to be the stylish choice too. But style is subjective, and that Hannibal Lecter grille is going to be a love it or hate it feature. So, what do you think? Are you standing with Team Aggressive Evolution, ready to pay the premium for that bulletproof hybrid tech and a meaner look? Or are you with Team Market Reality, thinking that $35,000 is far too much for a subcompact SUV when the world is full of cheaper, faster, and larger alternatives? Is Toyota leading the way into 2026, or are they just putting an expensive mask on an aging platform? Drop your comments below. Let's settle this in the thread. Don't forget to like and subscribe to DriveNomics. We follow the money, we analyze the metal, and we'll be back the second the next manufacturer tries to sell us a facelift as a revolution. See you in the next one.